Good evening. How is everything tonight? So, I hope you guys are ready for part two, because part two is when I'm going to talk about my finances, okay? And the thing is that the jobs in Vegas are very terrible. And I say this is because the jobs that I actually did work at, they weren't paying me anything, as I mentioned last night. So the thing is that $8.25 slash $9 slash $10 wasn't cutting it for me. It wasn't enough to pay my bills. It wasn't enough to cover up for my kids. It just wasn't enough for me. And at the same time, it's like I need extra money in my pocket. Down here in Los Angeles, I get paid 14 plus bonuses and overtime too. Like, my money is way more than I ever made back home in Vegas, which is sad. You know what I'm saying? Because I always had to use my refund every time from school just to help myself get in my own apartment, or to cover up for my kids' birthdays or anything like that. Because anything that was job related, I couldn't even make money off of that. You know, and as much as I've made commission and shit down there, I still wasn't making enough. It just wasn't enough for me. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't enough for me. And then on top of that, I was working maybe, let me see. At least I had 3 regular jobs, and the rest were really rinky dinky. My first job was when I was working for a third party for DirecTV. This was back home in Vegas. In Texas, when I used to live down there with my ex and all, before we had our child together. But I worked for a third party out there for United Healthcare. But see, when it comes to those W-2s and you filling out the fucking forms when you first start working, they take so much taxes out. And that's what I hate. That's what I really hate the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really drives me crazy. It really does. And then on top of that, you know, it just wasn't enough money to even begin with. So when I worked for DirecTV, it was actually pretty good money until I got pregnant with my first kid, which was Simone. She is now 14. Okay. I couldn't even barely even work over there because I was just so fucking pregnant. Like, it was unreal. Like, I had to skip work for a minute. And then I also didn't know that I was actually pregnant until I started smelling different smells of cinnamon and shit. Because when you get those pregnancy cravings and smells and shit, to me, it smelled like cinnamon. So everything fucking smelled like cinnamon. So that shit was weird, but it is what it is. That's just how it is when it comes to pregnancies. What else? The second regular job that I worked at was for a fundraising company for the Animal Habitat Foundation. I mean, all we did was basically just donate shit. You just donate to, well, the customers have to donate. to us. Like if you want to pay like $50 or $2 or $10, depending on what you want to do. Like if you want to donate to the animals or to people or for the mentally ill people, whatever. That was actually pretty good too, but it was only $10 an hour. I couldn't do it. I can't do $10 an hour. I can't do anything lower than fucking $10. And that's the shit I had to go through in Vegas. It was bad. And then the third one was when I was working for a nonprofit organization for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And that one was actually $9 an hour. Still wasn't enough. It was not enough. I was there for almost a year. It was not enough. I had to move out here just for those main reasons. Money. My finances was really bad out there. I'm telling you. That's why my credit is bad right now. And I'm already working for it right now. Right now, I'm working for this credit repair company called Lexington Law. They're actually pretty good. You should get with them. So, that's that. Yeah, I can't do anything less than 8, 9, 10. In Texas was a lot worse because out there was like $7.25 plus tips. I actually made more tips than the hourly pay, which was okay, but it still wasn't enough for me. I can't get paid off of that. I don't want to do anything less than that. And that's why I left Texas. Parts of it is why I left Texas. Not just because of the ex-boyfriend situation from when I got abused and was nearly homeless, but it was also because of the finances out there too. It was just really bad. You know, when I first came out here to LA to visit, when I first came out here alone at 18, my cousin bought me a plane ticket and fucking flew out here. And me and her went to Six Flags before I graduated high school. And this was my first time ever in like flying anywhere. I was nervous as fuck because I have never flown before. So I cried when I left here. Like I actually fucking cried. Like for real, for real. Like I did not want to leave here. I cried when I left. It was bad. And until then, I've been visiting and visiting and visiting and visiting and visiting. But before I was 18, I came down here for a wedding for my aunt and uncle because they got married in Pasadena years ago. This was a long, long, long time ago. This was when I was like, probably like 12, 13 or something. So, but I went with families that I was different. So, but I didn't really get a chance to visit out here until I was actually 18 and traveled alone. So that's when I was able enough to do more things at that time. But I used to leave Vegas to visit here all the time before I came down here to live. Because I honestly did not like Vegas at all. I loved it here so much to the point I wanted to stay here. And now that I'm here, I have not complained ever since. I have not complained ever since. That's why I haven't left. I'm still going to be here. This is my 3rd year here in Los Angeles. And I love it here so much because it's more stuff to do. I can actually focus out here. I can actually focus on my career. I can focus on my music. That keeps me really focused out here. I'm so focused out here. Like, I concentrate so much more than I ever did back home in Vegas because everybody out there always wanted me to do something with them. Always wanted me to hang out and kick it with them all the time. My aunts and uncles and cousins always wanted me to hang out with them. No. No, I am not about that life, man. I'm not about that life. Half the times I just want to stay to myself and just fucking focus on me. I couldn't even do that out there. I had so much shit to deal with, as I explained for part one. I had too much shit to deal with that I couldn't even fucking concentrate or focus on. It was just too much anger, too much of everything, too much anxiety, too much everything. It was just too much. Like, I nearly fucking died in Vegas, bro. It was too much. I did a lot of partying. I did a lot of drinking. I did too much of everything. Like, I can name a few things. Weed, cigarettes, drinking beer. And I don't even like beer. Ugh. It's fucking disgusting, bro. But at this time, wine will only do for me. Only because of my liver condition. I cannot do liquor. I can't do liquor like that. I can't. Not like I used to, bro. My liver's not good for that no more. So, and yes, I was in and out of the hospital in Vegas for a good 7 or 8 months. Like, I nearly fucking died. Literally. So, those were the hardest times I've ever been through in life out there. Like, I had it pretty bad, I'm telling you. It just wasn't right. So, but you know what? I'm going to get to the relationships in just a second. But, well, I'm going to go ahead and just say this now. So, he's probably going to see this, but I am dating this guy, though. And I'm just going to keep this real. I should have dated him like a long time ago. What I mean by a long time ago, like when I first turned 18 type shit, is when I really should have, well, maybe not 18. No. Maybe if I was like, because I started college around that time. I'm trying to think. Yeah, maybe if I was around like 22, 23 around that time, I probably would have gotten with him around my early 20s. I'm just keeping it real. I should have gotten with him like a long time ago. But see, we didn't like each other like that. You want to know how we met? You really want to know? I'm going to go ahead and say it, okay? So we met through Yahoo Messenger when it was a Yahoo Messenger at the time. Just texting back and forth. So he told me where he was from and where he lived and all that. So ever since then, we became the best of friends. And when I came out here to visit him, he honestly just wanted to kiss me and wanted to screw me and fuck me and all that. I'm like, stop. I was not ready for all that then. I was like, no. Because I was interested in other guys at the time. So that's why I wasn't really interested in him like that. But I knew that he liked me for so long. And he says 3 to 4 years. I'm like, nah. It has not been no 3 to 4 years because you knew you liked me when you first met my ass and wanted to kiss me and all that shit. Yeah, sure. But yeah. We are now dating. We've been knowing each other for a good, I would say about a good 14, 15 years. So, like, we're this close. We're very, very, very close. I can just say that. And he literally knows everything about me. It's so funny and crazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, how do you know about me so quick? He was literally on my ass just a couple of days ago when we were texting about UFC, right? And he's like, well, you know goddamn well you don't watch UFC. And I only know one person that my friend is married to from high school. And she's married to Freelo. That's the only person that I know of for UFC. I don't know anybody else. But I just know that he's a UFC fighter and he's been doing it for so long. So I do watch him sometimes though when he does go out and fight. So, but he's just like, well, you don't know nothing about UFC and you normally don't talk about UFC with me and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God. Like, he is so straightforward with everything. That's one thing I like about him. He's just so straightforward. And he gets straight to the point. He does. That's what's funny about it. I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry. We'll skip the subject, okay? Licking ass. But yeah. We did break up last year of October. And now we're back at it again. Yeah. But I know I'm the crazy one. I am crazy. I will say that. I'm the crazy bitch. Okay? I know. But he can be weird too. If some things get on my nerves, I'm gonna let him know. But so far, it's good. So I don't want to mess that up or ruin it for us. I don't want to do that. So it is what it is. But yeah, I really like him a lot. Just keeping it funky and real. I really like him a lot. And he's not from America. He's actually from Pakistan. He's Pakistani, by the way. He ain't black. Thank God. Can't stand these black guys. They get on my fucking nerves. And they're always accusing women of something. They're always fucking just doing the wrong doing shit for no fucking reason. That's just how they fucking are. And that's why I'm not interested in those kind of guys. Not anymore. One thing about Ali though is that he does have a car. He works a lot. He's a busy man. He's very, very busy. But even though he lives with his family, at least he got something going on for himself. Because most men don't. Most men just want to fucking use women, take advantage of women like how I was. People taking advantage of my ass, not trying to work or do anything for a living. I can't be around that. I cannot be around people like that. I just can't. And I won't. I'm not going to be around people that's lazy as fuck. He's not one of them. And that's one thing I do like about him. He's not a lazy fuck. One of my kids' fathers, as I mentioned, I think from part one, but I'll bring it up again. But my kid's father, one of them at least, has been working for the same company for a good 13 years. 13 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's just ridiculous how these other guys don't want to fucking work or do anything. I just can't be with somebody like that. I cannot be with somebody that's not ready for me. If your ass ain't working or got something coming, I don't want to be with you, period. I'm used to being around people that got shit going on. That's the kind of life I'm about. And that's just how I was raised. to work for a living. I don't care how many jobs I've worked. It don't even matter, bro. I stay with a fucking job. Regardless. I'm not living out in no fucking street. And neither is he. The person I'm talking to. He ain't gonna be out in the street. Not for anybody. You know what I'm saying? He lives with his dad and his brothers and one sister. So he's cool. He ain't gotta worry about shit. You know what I'm saying? I hang around people that got shit going on for themselves. Because that thug life that I was in Vegas, I was doing me. I didn't care about those niggas. I just hung out with their asses. I gave 2 fucks about those guys. Even though I was hanging out with the wrong people and shit. That was my mistake of doing that. Not theirs. That was my mistake. My mistake for being around that shit. My mistake from all that bullshit. And half of theirs too. From what they did to me. But you know what? I was happy to get out of that mess. Very happy to get out of it. So, I'm going to end this tonight. There's going to be a part 3 tomorrow. So stay tuned. Because I want to relax and watch Netflix. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye.